The kettlebell military press, a staple in any kettlebell training program, amazing for building upper body strength, builds really strong, healthy shoulders, plus it's the perfect movement to learn the StrongFirst principles of strength. And it's just super satisfying to put heavy stuff overhead. When I was training for my first SFG1 and SFG2, I actually developed a bad habit in my military press, which is that I was leaning to the side every time I pressed. And this is actually a pretty common problem. So why is it a problem to lean during the military press? When we're pressing, and really when we're doing anything with a kettlebell, we want to keep our spine neutral. So a great way to visualize this is to imagine your core, so from your pelvic floor to your chin is a cylinder, and this cylinder cannot bend or change its shape. This principle of the cylinder teaches us to keep our spine safe by locking in our core using tension. We create full body tension by bracing our abs, squeezing our glutes, our lats, our quads, rooting through the feet, and our grip. When we lean during the press, we're breaking the shape of that cylinder, we're bending it, right? So not only does this make our press less strong, but it also puts unnecessary strain on our back. When it comes to our cylinder, we want to keep it stacked and packed. Shout out to Jeff Sokol for the rhyming coaching tips. Stack it and pack it. Grip it and rip it. So after I developed this bad habit of leaning during the press, I needed help from my coaches to unlearn it and fix that problem. So I wanted to share with you 3 drills that Master SFG Andrea Yushi Chang, my coach, programmed for me so I could fix my lean and get a really strong press while keeping that cylinder intact. And no matter where you are in your pressing journey, these drills are gonna make your press stronger. Grab a light bell that you can press with good form for 5 to 8 reps. Okay, so you've got 2 options for this drill. Option 1 is you're gonna press the bell to your sticking point, pause for 5 seconds, and then finish the press. Option 2 is you're gonna do sort of this stair-step pattern. It's like you're going 2 steps up, 1 step down, 2 steps up, 1 step down, all the way to the top of your press. Usually you're doing about 5 of those steps in your press before you finish in the lockout. Do 10 single reps per side, and you can either just do one option, or if you want to alternate options 1 and 2 and kind of work both of those into your training session, that works great too. Focus on keeping a vertical forearm, gripping the bell, and no leaning. Keep that core nice and tight. Why do we do paused and partial presses? Well, first, it teaches us to grind through the sticking point of a press without compromising form. Second, it lets you practice pressing with a light bell because you're adding those pauses and those steps into the press. It actually makes that light bell feel pretty heavy. And so it's just a great way to get really strong on that press, not having to go super heavy and not having to do a ton of reps. Grab the heaviest bell that you can confidently hold overhead and get it overhead. You can either push press it or you can assist it with your other hand. Once the bell is overhead, get tight. So grip the handle, your elbow is locked, your shoulder is packed, right? Abs are tight, butt is squeezed, quads are on, feet are rooted. You're in that standing plank. Slowly pull the bell down into the rack on a 5-second active negative. Also, as you pull the bell down, think about leading the movement with your elbow. That's gonna help you keep a vertical forearm. Do 10 single reps per side, switching sides each rep. So why do we do active negatives? Well, first, you get confident with a really heavy bell overhead. Second, this one allows you to learn the active negative, and that's a key principle in the StrongFirst system. That idea of pulling the bell down, actively pulling it down, loading that spring, compressing that air in your belly, right? And getting everything really loaded and locked in so that you're gonna have a really strong press. Heavy negatives are also really good for learning the correct path of your bell because the path on the way down is gonna mirror the path on the way up. And learning your strongest pressing groove is super important for having a strong press. It also allows you to practice your standing plank and full body tension. And bonus, you get to practice some heavy cleans because we all know your press is only as good or as bad as your clean. Grab the heaviest kettlebell that you can clean with good form. From your press stance, clean the bell into the rack position and hold it there for 10 seconds. Get tight and stay tight as you're holding the bell on the rack and power breathe. Your body should feel like a tree trunk. Like that's how tense and connected it should feel under that bell. Park the bell and switch sides. Do 10 single reps per side. So why do we do heavy cleans and rack holds? Well, first, it gets you comfortable cleaning a heavy bell so that your press bell actually feels lighter in comparison. It also builds core strength and it lets us practice our standing plank again. Plus, you get plenty more reps in, you guessed it, cleans, heavy cleans. I really can't emphasize enough how important it is that you have an efficient, strong clean so that you can really blast off with that press. This drill actually came from one of my other mentors and coaches, Master SFG Czar Horton, so thanks Czar. I really wanted to include bottoms up pressing in this video as the fourth tip because bottoms up presses are amazing for building a stronger military press. However, bottoms up work is so meaty, it deserves its own video. So if you want an in-depth kettlebell bottoms up work video, drop a comment below and we will make it happen. If you're training the military press, add these 3 drills into your training and let me know how it goes. And for a full in-depth tutorial on the military press, check out the link below. Cool, well if you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe so you can get more kettlebell tips. Keep training and keep putting heavy stuff overhead.